This is the SDG Challenge submission for Mobility for All in Manila, Philippines. The jeepney is a public vehicle based off of the World War II jeeps left behind by American soldiers. It is the most common and cheapest means of transport, but is now beginning to be phased out.
We are Mobility for All, a student led organization that aims to equip jeepney drivers with financial literacy skills necessary to thrive in an ever changing transportation environment. The Public Transportation Modernization Program, or PTMP, has posed significant challenges for jeepney drivers. While its goals and challenges are aiding environmental and operational systems, the implementation has left many drivers to financial issues. High costs of modernized jeepney units range from 16 to 24 million pesos, and with the fact that many jeepney drivers only earn as little as 500 pesos a day, this leaves them an incredible financial burden and sometimes even debt. Government subsidies also are usually delayed for these people, and with that, financial literacy aids them in having an improvement in the amount of money that they get every day, helping the jeepney drivers of the Philippines.
Through street interviews and informal conversations, we identify that drivers prefer simple conversational methods of learning. After talking to Jeep drivers about topics such as scam prevention, we aim to help the drivers establish emergency funds and savings. We developed a community-centered solution that teaches financial literacy through approachable, informal sessions at Jeepney Hubs.
For our quarterly goals, from November to January, we'll be developing tailored financial literacy modules towards the jeepney drivers. We will also be conducting meetings with those jeepney drivers to understand their specific needs and financial literacy requirements. We'll also be collaborating with financial experts to curate modules in order to give to the jeepney drivers. For quarter 2, which is from January to March, we will be expanding our outreach to jeepney cooperatives and leaders in order for them to channel the information towards all the jeepney drivers within their cooperatives. As of now, the PUVMP or the PTMP requires all jeepneys to be consolidated within a cooperative. Therefore, this system of training the cooperative leaders will allow information to be disseminated towards the jeepney drivers. We will also be setting up awareness campaigns and distribute awareness towards the jeepney drivers. For quarter 3, April to June, we will be engaging with the Department of Transport and other government agencies, such as local government units in Taguig and Makati, to reiterate the financial literacy efforts and to integrate this within modernization. For our ongoing efforts, we are constantly trying to improve the demographic of jeepney drivers, as most of them are unable to stay in the jeepney hub for longer than 15 to 20 minutes at a time due to their busy daily schedules. We are also constantly posting updates on Facebooks via Reels and also other posts. We are reaching out to other student organizations national-wide to scale up our efforts. For our training plan, we plan to train other volunteer students to deliver modules via simple, real-world examples that are close to the jeepney drivers. We focus on topics that are easy to grasp, such as using mobile wallets to track expenses, and a mobile app that is popular in the Philippines, GCash. We'll also be keeping the sessions short and accessible to jeepney drivers, and like previously reiterated, conversational. Our collaboration partners currently consist of MIIS, Multiple Intelligence International School, where we plan to engage the students to deliver the financial literacy workshops. We're also working with financial experts to deliver these workshops along with them.
In regards to expected outcomes in the short term, we want to help drivers understand the basics of budgeting and savings. We also want to increase their use of saving tools, such as certain government savings programs and mobile wallets. In the long term, like repeated before, we want to help them establish emergency funds, increase their financial resilience, and reduce debt among jeepney drivers. Also, we want quantitative measures of success through monthly feedback and financial budgeting. In regards to our resource needs for funding, we need tables, chairs, food, and beverages for workshops, which include adobo, water, and instant coffee. We also hope to encourage drivers to use savings apps to reduce environmental impact.
Now, we are in the Market Jeepney Hub, where jeepney drivers rest in between their routes. Their workdays are often more than 10 hours of continuous driving. Where in between, they're able to take short breaks as they queue for more passengers. Mobility for All aims to increase the UN SDG number 8, decent work and economic growth, by promoting the following indicators. First of all, indicator 8.10.2, which states to increase access for financial institutions of marginalized workers In this case, many jeepney drivers are marginalized due to government policy. The government policies such as 5, 6, 7, 8 is a loan program, which although assists jeepney drivers, has still resulted in continuous protests from jeepney drivers in the streets of Metro Manila, Pasig, Taguig, and many places alike. Policies of the PTMP further shows inadequate support for the jeepney drivers, as they are not given training wheels while they are forced to modernize and purchase modern vehicles of up to 2.8 million pesos. These strikes and protests often lead to delays although leading to delays in the phase out, lead to many days of missed work for the jeepney drivers, which is many days of lost income. This income is not compensated by the government in any way and results in increased marginalization and further cycle of economic disruption of the jeepney drivers. In addition, many drivers are unable to borrow loans due to high risk of defaulting within those bank loans, where current governmental programs that are placed to assist these jeepney drivers are simply inadequate, as the banks are unable and unwilling to provide these loans. Mobility for All seeks to assist drivers with loan application and connect these drivers towards the banks, such as Land Bank and Union Bank, which furthers the SDG indicator 8.10.2.
Furthermore, we actively support indicator 8.3.1, which promotes productive activities and micro-entrepreneurship among jeepney drivers. For example, in Mobility for All, we make it easier for drivers to take charge and control of their financial lives. Through our financial modules, we teach drivers about key aspects of financial literacy and give them the power to make conscious, informed decisions and save and spend in a healthy manner. We also teach them how to utilize and take advantage of progressively important apps in our ecosystem like GCash for functions like loading, withdrawing, and transferring money to simplify what would ordinarily be complicated paper form processes that serve to hamper jeepney drivers' capacity to protect and empower themselves. All this will ultimately aim to help them move towards the next level of micro-entrepreneurship, past simply going from paycheck to paycheck and towards building safer and more secure futures for themselves and their families.
Improved financial literacy reduces vulnerability and builds resilience among drivers in Taguig and Makati, among others. We are also supporting the eco-friendly transitions by enabling drivers to adapt to Euro 4 engines and EVs. With your much appreciated support and aid for Mobility for All, we'll be able to substantially better the lives of these jeepney drivers, modern-day heroes that help make the daily Filipino routine possible.